Welcome to a city that has a living culture thousands of years old.
A city that is really well known today for its universities, engineering and medical degrees.
A city that is modern and yet at the same time manages to connect to the roots of its glorious past.
A city that is the 6th largest in India with the largest bus terminal in Asia.
A city that has the largest clover leaf flyover in all of India. Welcome to the city of Chennai! Maruti Suzuki India Road Safety Mission in association with Times Now and me, Rocky.
And me, Mayur, are on a mission to find happy cities with happy roads.
A show where we take a look at how things are changing with the roads and how they're going to get even better.
So be positive and come along with us as we explore India's lifelines, her roads.
And today, we're going to find out all about Chennai's transport. What a beautiful morning. Let's go, my friends. Chennai awaits. Oh. Or Thailand. Take a pick. Chennai? Okay.
When you're faced with increasing amounts of traffic and the fact that the infrastructure is not developing, you can still have smooth flow of traffic if there's discipline. But if you don't have discipline, you end up with what you call a stalemate. So let's speak to somebody who's from Chennai and who should be a really good person to talk to about how to get out of stalemates in the future. 5-time world chess champion Viswanathan Anand. Very nice to meet you.
Very
Good
nice
to meet you.
Can I call you Vishy the Tiger because I love that?
Sure.
Okay, so Vishy the Tiger, now you are a Chennai boy and you've been here all your life?
Yeah.
Born and brought up?
Pretty much.
Okay. Since the time that you were a little boy, how has Chennai really changed in terms of traffic and the roads?
Well, like most Indian cities, it's just exploded in size. We literally live 2 streets away. My parents have a house 2 streets away from here. We came here in '86. Back then, we used to just walk up to Elliott's Beach.
Right.
My grandmother used to live down there and down that street. And again, we used to just walk from there to here, sit out here, stroll across the roads and so on. Nothing ever came. So now cars are just flooding, so you don't feel like walking by.
Right.
So you bring your own car, and at 5:30 you can have bumper to bumper parking, so you park on side streets. You can't even park on this road anymore. I was studying in Loyola College, and I would literally go by cycle from here to Loyola College, and I would do it in 20-25 minutes flat.
And that's how many kilometers now, roughly? About
8, 10.
8, 10, something
8 or
like
10
that.
kilometers.
It was a fairly relaxed ride because there was no traffic. You just did it much more easily than nowadays.
Do you have any thoughts about like what can be done with the infrastructure?
I don't know what we can do to solve our traffic problems. I mean, the main problem is people keep coming to the cities in search of opportunity.
Right.
So we have this baseline where the population is going to keep growing. I don't really see an easy solution. When I moved here, there were hardly any flyovers. We had one flyover and we used to call it the flyover. You know, and now it's different. It's one perspective when you're sitting in the back seat, but my wife Aruna, she drives. I'm the one trying to stay out of trouble when she gets mad.
Okay.
But she gets really mad when people, cyclists dart across or people just cross randomly. And you'll be amazed how many people they, on two-wheelers think they're stars in some action movie.
What is your strategy to like be calm and peaceful on the road and to actually get to places on time? How do you stay calm and how do you get there?
To say that I'm sort of dealing with road rage, I don't. My wife drives around a bit and I think she gets the brunt of it more. But I think people should just do sensible things. Wear helmets, use public transport where possible.
Be driven, don't drive, yeah.
I mean, for short distances, you use cycle. Just sensible things should help us cope better. But it is coping because a lot of our cities aren't designed for this kind of explosive growth.
Here's the interpretation. That's actually a wonderful solution. You want to avoid road rage. You want to be a happy person on a happy road. Be driven. Public transport, good way to go.
Is there anything you want to say out there to the people of Chennai as far as happy roads is concerned?
I think our roads could be better, but we shouldn't forget that Chennai is still a very, very enjoyable city.
gossip session is done, and what we're waiting for now is really interesting guy who our friends have introduced us to. This is one of the best ways to go around and see Chennai. It's www.amazingauto.in. There is Wi-Fi over here inside this auto. You are connected. There's a laptop that you can use. There's a whole bunch of magazines. Incredible. The newspapers of the day. If I want to travel around Chennai, I want to travel in an auto like this.
This is amazing. You even have a token. You got frequent flyer miles in your auto.
Yeah, that is the earning customer loyalty project.
What's your name?
My name is Annadurai
And how did you come up with this idea of Amazing Auto?
because my customer is my real card.
You charge by the meter or you charge extra for all the facility?
Nothing extra fare because only meter fare only.
You could even make your money just by doing what everybody does. But why have you decided to do all this?
Yeah, because also customer satisfaction, lot of clients also following for me. You follow the money, that is the nothing, I don't know that focus. Because I like my customer satisfaction is first I provide.
How many years have you been doing this?
Around 5 years I can.
5 years? And do you think the traffic on the roads of Chennai has changed a lot?
Yeah, a lot of increase the traffic issues, but first of all, this self-discipline is the first because a lot of signal violation, road accident, drunken drive, all issues also.
Right.
But I am also disciplined.
So you're saying that for good, happy, safe roads, people who are on the roads, no matter what vehicle, they have to take responsibility themselves
Yeah,
and
my-
be disciplined.
My customer is the expectation, safe drive. That is the first.
But that's excellent. This young man has shown us today that there is so much more than each one of us can do to make the world a better place. And he's definitely making the roads happier.
I'll tell you one thing. Amazing Auto is a really apt name for this guy.
Come on out.
Is a treasure trove in there of like just
Come on.
do for great business and great marketing.
I have loved my auto ride more than anything else, and he's absolutely right. The number one thing to do in Chennai is get onto Amazing Auto. Just how talented is this man? There is no end to it. One, of course, he rides this beautiful auto. And the second, he's multilingual. Anna, speak some Hindi to us.
आप कैसे हो, आपका कैसे हो, अपना गाना लिया, मैच को अच्छे से रखना, धन्यवाद, वापस और मिलना, मुझको बोलना मत, अलती देव बाबा, बिमलिंग जो भी 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 डीके डीके ओके ओके भैया भैया बदल बदल धन्यवाद धन्यवाद थैंक यू
Telugu.
ధన్యవాదాలు మళ్ళీ కలుద్దాం ఎనీ కన్నడ కస్టమర్ ఆల్సో ట్రావెల్ మై ఆటో ధన్యవాదಗಳು ಮತ್ತೆ ಬನ್ನಿ ಎನಿ ಮಲಯಾಳ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮೈ ಆಟೋ ನನ್ನಿ ವಿಂಡು ಮರಣಂ ಎನಿ ಬೆಂಗಾಲಿ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮೈ ಆಟೋ ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಅಬಾರ್ ಆಸ್ಮಿನ್ पंजाबी कस्टमर ट्रैवल मई ऑटो किता वधिया किता वधिया किता वधिया किता वधिया मराठी कस्टमर ट्रैवल मई ऑटो अट्टा मच्छी साता गाली
You're too good.
Buses in Chennai are the main form of public transport. And to give you an idea of how many people use this, more than 5 million people in Chennai every day use the buses. There are over 3,000 buses that are plying and many, many, many terminals, of which this is just one.
Yes, but it is the largest. Welcome to the CMBT, the Chennai Mufassil Bus Terminus. What happens over here is at any given time, there are 270 buses parked in and around me over here. Every day, over 2,000 buses will head out from over here, carrying 200,000 people to all over this city and other states. So this is a very, very important location indeed.
And they say that if you haven't traveled in a bus in Chennai, you've not really lived.
Really?
Yes.
A bus system was critical about 2 decades ago when this was the most popular modes of transport in between different states. The bus still provides the best connectivity for anywhere in India.
And it's not just India. Anywhere in the world, buses are still the primary mode of transport. Easiest way of decongesting roads, getting more people out of their four-wheelers and two-wheelers and on here.
Very important that you realize it's not as easy as it looks. More populous areas, more frequently traveled routes will have more buses on them. Areas where less people go to will have less buses. That may change from morning to evening. So it's a rather intricate process. But here's the great thing about India. It still all works. But here's the reason why at least one of us loves buses, because they are cheap. Like him. 1, 2, 3. I'm not touching the ground. It's a pull-up. It's a real pull-up.
Here's a really interesting fact. Chennai has more than 4.5 million vehicles on the road. And of that, most of them are two-wheelers.
Yes, and of that, most of them are over here at this crossing. We're right in front of the Chennai Central Station, and this is one of those accesses which is incredibly populated.
Happy roads is not just the responsibility of people who are in traffic in cars and scooters. It's also the responsibility of pedestrians. And the pedestrians here, not the best behaved in the country.
There's no zebra crossing over here. There's no real idea of where people should cross or how they should cross.
Thank you, Lord.
We managed.
We did it. Do not try this at home.
No, don't even try it on this crossing.
Like with every other city in India, Chennai is growing rapidly, which means more people, and people need vehicles, so lots more vehicles. Chennai, in fact, has more than 4.5 million vehicles on the road right now, of which 80 to 90% are scooters and motorcycles. So it's a good time to get into the helmet making business.
It is. An helmet is very important because it doesn't matter how tough you are. I'll give you an example. Are you tough?
Yeah, I'm tough.
Okay. Can you break a brick with your head?
Easily, like this. I can break 2, in fact.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. What I want you to try to do now is try and break the road with your head. Can you do it?
I said I was tough. I didn't say I was stupid. I can't.
So this is the main reason why you should be wearing a helmet. It doesn't matter how strong your head is. When it hits the road at a very, very fast speed, the road is not going to break.
Now, there is a law in place to make sure that you wear your helmets if you're riding on a two-wheeler and to make sure that you're penalized if you don't. But I wonder how many people are actually afraid of that law. Things on Indian roads are getting more and more interesting every day.
And they're going to get a lot more interesting. You want to know how? Watch me. Watch. Watch. It's very important to stay hydrated in the heat of Chennai, and it's hot all year long. And what goes better with a really nice, refreshing drink than a bit of culture? Sorry. And a bit of culture. Please meet young Chinmay over here, who's a
Hi.
wonderful playback singer. How are you, Chinmay?
Very well, thank you.
You're a playback singer, is that right?
Yes.
And have you had any classical training, or how did you start?
I've had very hectic classical training.
I know you're singing in Bollywood, in Hindi
Yes.
films, and I know that you're singing in Tamil films.
Yes.
Any other languages on the
Telugu,
cards?
Tamil, Malayalam, Kannada, Marathi.
So we could have this interview in any language you like, and you'll be able to answer with a song.
But listen, you've grown up in Chennai,
Partly in Mumbai and then in Bombay when it was Bombay.
but you have memories of Chennai from 5, 10 years
Absolutely,
ago.
yes, yes.
So what's changed on the road specifically?
More traffic, the new drivers, people who are vehicle owners for the first time, so there's this sense of freedom, I believe. They also find the need to flout the rules. So you will find somebody coming right at you on a one-way street.
Like, do you like get up and you're like, come on man, if you think you're so tough? Or is it like, do you sing them a song of peace? Or...
Some days I have absolutely no patience. Some days like, how can you do this? Like, po, he'll say. So you can't do anything.
Now, what does popo mean? Like just...
Go. I usually get
go.
lost.
I've seen this. When you're driving in Chennai and somebody breaks the rule, you just lean out of your car and you look at him like this. And he looks back like... It happens every time.
He'll stare right back at you even though he is on the erring side and you aren't.
For Chennai specifically, do you think there's one solution that comes to mind and how you can improve traffic in Chennai?
The only answer is discipline. I find a marked difference in the honking culture coming down. People are willing to give way, right of way, they understand all that very slowly.
Chinmay, what do you drive now? You drive a car or a two-wheeler
Yes,
or
I
both?
drive a car, but in Chennai, especially in a place like Mylapore, the two-wheeler is always your buddy.
When you're on a two-wheeler, if ever, do you make sure that you have your helmet on?
Yes, I'll be honest, but if I'm going from one street to the next, I'm not. I cheat. But most of the time, yes.
So we didn't hear that. You have no idea what you just
This is
said.
a road safety show. and this is a guest.
have to be honest.
She's just kidding.
It doesn't matter who the two-wheeler belongs to. It doesn't matter who the helmet belongs to. The head belongs to you. If you're driving on the roads in Chennai and you see a lot of people doing this to you, you're probably doing something wrong. And of course, if
Yes,
you see them
they're
doing,
angry.
they're angry.
Yes.
And if you see them doing this, then all is well and you're on happy roads. I've had 5 coconut waters. I'm feeling a little drunk, I can tell you.
Talking about drunk, as it is, no matter which city in India you're in, it's quite challenging to be out on the road no matter what your mode of transport is. And then people want to complicate it further and have intoxicants and then get out on the road. Bad, bad idea. Now the nice thing is, you don't even have to go out and then have to exercise that choice. You go out, you have a few drinks, there are services available, companies you call up, they will come pick you up, they will not be drunk, and they will get you home safe.
As the face of Indian cities changes, so do the rules of the road. There are services that never existed before and they've come into being now. And one such service is Drive U. And to tell us more about it is the CEO, Mr. Ramprasad Shastri. So what is Drive U? Tell us about it.
Drive U is an on-demand driver service. So you have a private car, you want a driver. Instead of employing a full-time driver, you have a driver on demand. You can use them whenever you want. You pay by the hour. You have an app-based service. So you go on the app, just like Uber or Ola,
Right.
call a driver.
Fantastic. Which demographic is using your services the most, you think?
People use our service for commuting to work because traffic is horrible anywhere, any city you are in. People use it for don't drink and drive at night time after that's an important one. A lot of housewives and people who cannot drive, who don't want to drive, they use it during the daytime for doing some shopping, errands, dropping kids off at school, taking them to the soccer game.
And is it expensive?
89 rupees per hour.
89 rupees per hour for all of you who A, can't drive, B, may not want to drive, or C, maybe for some reason incapable of driving.
Yeah, don't wait till that point. Call a driver because driving on the road when you're drunk puts other people's lives at risk and that is just wrong.
And it'll get you into a lot of trouble because the Motor Vehicle Act has been amended and you have really stiff penalties for up to 10,000 rupees and time in jail if you're caught drunk driving.
Is that correct, sir? 10,000?
Yes, it is 10,000. It used to be 2,000, but now it has turned to 10,000 rupees starting this year.
How many cities across India do you have this service in?
Today we are in 6 cities, Bangalore, Chennai, Mumbai, Delhi, Pune and Hyderabad.
Most of your drivers would be used sort of for the evening. I just call them if I've had a drink or like if I step out of a bar with my friend and he's like,
I'm going to drive.
no, I don't think you should drive. You've had too much to drink.
You drive.
Me? No, let's call...
Let's ask that man next door. He had one drink less than
Okay,
us.
stop. Let's call Drive You. Now, how are we going to get in touch?
We have a very simple app. You just have a couple of buttons you press. It'll come up and say the driver is, as soon as you open up, it'll tell you the driver is around 35 minutes away from you, 25 minutes away. Enjoy your last drink. The driver will be there for you.
Do you see a spike in the requests for drivers on weekend nights and all, which means people are being responsible?
Yes, we see on weekday nights as we start getting to Thursdays and TGIF, thank God it's Friday nights. Friday is crazy and Saturday becomes really crazy. We can see the spike going up after 11 o'clock at night and then goes until some cities until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you
That's
very
a
much.
service that I know some people are going to really use.
I hope more people use it because this is an important message we want to send people that don't drive. Even one drink, you're not in control of your car.
If you think controlling traffic is easy, it's not. You don't have to do much song and dance. You have to be very focused. But if you do the song and dance, you can really control traffic. And to prove that is Head Constable M. Kumar over here. How are you, sir?
Chennai Super Go.
How did you come up with the idea of, how did you start the idea?
Daily accident. Many people are crying. I love our life, our family. அதை நான் வந்து வாட்ச் பண்ணுறேன், டெய்லி வாட்ச் பண்ணும்போது நம்ம டியூட்டியில் நம்ம சிக்னலில் நோ சிக்னல் ஃப்ரீ. அப்போ the own interest, my signal, no accident, 0% accident.
0%.
Yes.
Super Cop, think out of the box, come up with new ideas, make sure they're effective, and the world will follow and appreciate like they've done with this gentleman over here. He's absolutely incredible.
Sir, how many years you are doing
5 years, sir.
5 years.
5 years. This traffic, 5 years, sir.
And where did you learn? From a movie or only in your head?
இல்லை மூவி இல்லை சார், மூவி இல்லை. பட் இது வந்து மக்களை ஒரு அட்டென்ஷன் பண்ணுறது, அவங்கள அட்டென்ஷன் பண்ணால் தான் நம்ம ஒர்க் பண்ண முடியும். இல்லைனா அவங்க மெனி திங்கிங், ஹவுஸு, ஆஃபீஸ், டென்ஷன், அந்த டென்ஷனை ஃப்ரீ பண்ணுறது, டென்ஷன் ரிடியூஸ், அந்த டென்ஷனை ரெடியூஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்காக இந்த ஆக்ஷன்.
Everybody in Chennai recognizes you. What is the message you want to give to people of Chennai for the roads and safe driving?
வீட்டை விட்டு ஆஃபீஸ் வந்த உடனே நம்முடைய திங்கிங் ஃபுல்லாக வந்து டிரைவிங்கில் தான் இருக்கும். அனதர் திங்கிங் இருக்கக்கூடாது. மற்ற யோகா ஒன்லி ஃபோக்கஸ் டிரைவிங். வெரி பக்கத்தில் வரவங்க சிக்னல் அலர்ட்டடாக இருக்கும். இந்த அலர்ட்டட் தான் வந்து உங்களை இது பண்ணும். வெரி ஸ்லோவலி அப்படியே பண்ணுவோம். ஸ்லோவும் போது
Take a wonderful cue from this gentleman. Stands there for hours at an end at traffic intersections, inhaling fumes, moving his arms. He is responsible for the safety and well-being of people who are on this traffic, and he's not really appreciated. And yet, every day he comes, he smiles, he makes you forget your worries, and he saves lives.
The issues on Chennai's roads are many, as we've seen, but the solutions will also be many. And people like M. Kumar, they gladden my heart every time I see them because they don't care how bad the situation is. They do their bit to make it better every time. And if we can do that, you and me, these roads are going to be a lot happier.
Chennai's been great learning. We've met lots of people, from a man who rides an auto rickshaw but does it with style, to a fabulous cop, to other people who are contributing. And our learning from our time in Chennai is this: there are roads, there are systems, there are rules, but if it's going to be happy, it's going to be up to you.
This show is all about happy roads, so keep an eye out for us. We'll be standing somewhere making roads a little happier, and I hope you'll join us in doing the same. Until then, make sure you have one smile for every mile. We wish you happy roads.